So this is where we last left off, right? We finished everything that we needed to have be completed for week 4, right? And the last thing that we need to do is complete the trial balance just to ensure we did not make any mistakes between the 21st all the way to the 28th, okay? Or the 22nd all the way to the 28th, right? So if we do have an unbalance, then we need to look through our books to find our mistake between the 22nd through the 28th, because the last trial balance we did, right, we were successful and had our total debits equal our total credits. Okay? So here is what you need. You just only need your general ledger, which will have all your account balances, and you just need your financial forms or your trial balance, whichever one that you had. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an actual copy of my trial balance number 3 and copy into 4, because a lot of these numbers and a lot of these accounts are going to be repeated, right? Because instead of having to type everything all in again, right? Especially for the numbers that are the same, we can save some time there. Instead of having to type everything in all over again, right? We can kind of just insert wherever we need a new account and continue on with that, and just and leave the numbers the way they are. So, but first, what you have to do is you do need to remove this one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this, which is your trial balance number 4. So I'm going to delete it. So it's gone now. Okay. And I'm going to click on trial balance number 3, right? We got a perfect debit and credit. And I'm going to right click on the trial balance down at the bottom of the tab. And I'm going to click move or copy. And I'm going to click on create a copy right here. And I want it right here, right above the unadjusted trial balance. And I'm going to click OK. Now, once I've done that, you're going to have your trial balance 3 and your trial balance copy number 3. I'm going to go ahead and make a name change to the trial balance 3 copy number 3 and change that to trial balance number 4. So in this case, I made an exact copy. I copied all the numbers. I copied the entire spreadsheet over, including the formulas. The formulas are still intact. Okay? And I'm just going to make minor changes because we're working on trial balance for week 4 now. So in this case, I'm going to change the date so I don't get confused or get thrown off here. Right? We're doing the 28. 628. Okay, there you go. Okay. And this is going to be now, that means anything that I make, any changes here, right, will not affect my trial balance 3. It's the trial balance 3 is done. We just made a copy of it. Okay? So that means anything I make changes on the new trial balance sheet will not affect this one. But you want to make sure that you are on trial balance 4, okay? Because the numbers are going to all look the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down through each account and we're going to plug in all our numbers, okay? Starting with our assets, right? We have checking. What's my new checking balance right now? Good. 681854. Okay. This is where also transferring the information can also cause you imbalance information as well. You could technically self-reference it, but you have to be very careful with that because you're doing it from 2 separate worksheets. If you're doing it on the same workbook, right, you're able to do that a lot more easier because your work is all in the same file. However, these are 2 separate workbooks, so you may have like transferring issues. So yeah, I just prefer to type everything out. Okay, but you want to make sure that it is matching 100%. So 68, 18, 54. Okay. What about petty cash? Petty cash is still at 500. Okay. Cash in register is still at 310. Okay. What about accounts receivable? $25, $60, $42. Okay. All right. No allowance for doubtful yet. Let's see what's next here. Business supplies. What about my medium coffee cups? $270.62. Okay. My large coffee cups. $405.95. Okay. My sugar. $64.80. Okay. My creamer. $538.89. Okay. Office supplies is still at $150. Okay. Then we have inventory. What's my account balance in my regular coffee? $91.48. And then what about my Supreme coffee? Right, 198 even. Okay. Next we have is the ceramic coffee mugs. We don't have anything yet, right? That's a periodic inventory. Then we have some furniture, 0 count there. My tables and chairs is still 660508. Right? No accumulated depreciation yet. Then we have my desk set for $1193.22. Okay. We have my display shelves for $658.37. So that's the same. We have my oh yeah, sorry. The previous one was desk. Yeah, it's my desk. Okay, sorry. And then now my shelves is $577.08. Good. So that's the same. Then we have some office equipment, right? Our computer is still at $1834.84. Okay. Our printer is still at $378.87. Okay. My cash register is still $649.49. Okay. Let's see what else is new. Then we have our coffee brewers. Okay. Our coffee brewers is now at 4,505.29, right? Because we applied the discount. How much is my coffee grinder? How much is my coffee grinder? Good. Okay. Let's see. What about my truck? Let's see. Vehicles. My truck is still 32,208.90. So that's the same. Then I got prepaid accounts, which is still at 6654.17. So that's the same. Prepaid account deposits is still 1,700. And Goodwill is still 2,100, and miscellaneous expense is 0. Okay, which I already hid. So in this case, we're good to go. That's all of it. See, it saved us that much time because I didn't have to retype all of those numbers all over again. Okay, so I went through, what was that, like 20 something accounts. All I had to do is make sure that they're correct. Okay, so moving on to my liabilities. So liabilities, right? We actually have quite a lot. So let's see, starting with our accounts payable. How much is currently in my accounts payable account? $36.96.21. Okay. What about my Visa payable? Good. 16.15.26. Okay. Notes payable still at 649.49. Okay. Now I'm going to be moving on to my payroll liabilities. So, in this case, salaries and wages payable, nothing there. Commissions payable, nothing there. And here's my first one, employee FITW payable. So in this case, this is where I need to insert a lot of my accounts, because in this case, I just ran my payroll, so I have a lot of liabilities that I've just encountered. So the first one was FITW. I'm going to insert 7. Okay. Then we got company FICA, company FUDA, company SUDA, and workers' comp. So in this case, I'm just going to type it like this. FITW is pretty straightforward. FITW, OASDI, HI, and then company FICA, FUDA, SUDA, workers' comp. Okay. So starting with our FITW, how much do I have there? 4016. How much was in my OASDI? Okay, $33.73. How much was my HI? Right, $7.89. Company FICA, 4162. FUDA, SUDA was 1632. And then last but not least, my workers' compensation was for $7.40. Okay. Let's see what else I had. Utilities payable. Nope. No city, telephone, water, electricity. Okay, none of those. Okay. Unearned revenue. Okay, do I have an account balance in my unearned revenue? It's 0, so no need to add it in there. Sales tax payable. Sales tax payable. $1636.59. You guys don't hear the wind on my end, do you?
I don't hear it.
Okay, good, because it's quite loud. Just making sure. All right, so where was I? Sales tax is $1636.59. Okay. Let's see what else. All right, interest payable, nothing there yet. Then we got some loans, no business loan, but we do have our truck loan for $29,221.90, which is the same that we started out with. So that's that one. Next we have is our equity. Okay. We have owner's equity still at $30,000. And we now need to change our owner's equity because we just took out another 1,500. So I just hit the wrong one. So $3,000. Okay. So no capital contribution or income summary yet, right? We're gonna wait till the very end where we close out our books for using income summary. Okay. Now we gotta go down the revenues. Okay. So what's my total balance in my sales for regular coffee? $11,1202. Okay. What about my sales for Supreme Coffee? $11,5710. What about my sales for the ceramic coffee mugs?
$15.43.30.
Good, $15.43.30. What about my sales for the medium regular coffee?
$4,276.51.
427651. Okay. What about for my large regular coffee? $52.62.40. Okay. What about my medium supreme coffee? $54.38.16. And then my large supreme coffee. $60.55.15. Good. Okay. Then we had some sales returns and allowances for $19.96, so that's still the same. We have some sales discount, right? What's my current sales discount right now?
$18.79.59.
$18.79.59. Okay. Then we had some delivery income for $240. Okay. And then last but not least, we should have our interest income, so nothing there yet. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do our COGS, right? There's only 2 accounts that we have to do here. So what's my current balance in my cost of goods sold for the regular coffee? $11.28.27. Okay. And then my cost of goods sold for the Supreme coffee,
$11.94.50.
$11.94.50. Okay. And that's it because we haven't done our periodic inventory yet, nor have we adjusted our business supplies yet. So that's the end of the accounting. That will be a part of our adjustments. Okay. So last but not least, we got to go over through our expenses, starting with our first one, which is advertising expense. Did I incur any advertising expense? Let's see. Advertising expense is currently at $185, which is the same. Okay. Bank fees, we haven't incurred any yet. Business expenses still at $1,000. Okay. Freight expense, yes, we incurred some freight expense, right? We now have $500 in my freight expense. Okay. Insurance expense is at $195.83, still the same. No interest expense yet. Labor expense, subcontractor expense is still at $18.90. Temporary work is still at $252. Okay. License and permit expense is still at $375. Okay. Loss and disposal of assets still $2,000. Office supplies expense we haven't done yet. That's an adjustment. Okay, payroll expenses. Yes, we have incurred payroll expenses. Right? We have 3. Okay. We have the first one is salaries and wages expense. We have commissions expense. And we have payroll tax. Okay. So salaries and wages expense. What's my current salaries and wages expense balance? 544. My commissions expense, 140.18. Payroll taxes, what's my current payroll taxes?
$97.98.
97.98. Okay. Purchase expenses. What's my current purchase expense? $1092.20. Okay. My purchase returns and allowances is at $22.24. Okay. And then rent expense for $1,500. Okay, I'm off. I am off by $1. Wow. Okay, let's go back. Which one did I miss? I am off by $1. 1,500. Purchase expense. So in this case, 22.24 is correct. 10.92.20. 97. 97. 98. 140. 18. 544. I feel like it's in my sales. 2,000. All of this I haven't touched yet. $11.94.50. 11.28.27. Feel like it's in my sales. See, now that I am off by $1, I literally have to go through every single account to find it. Do you guys have it? Right. Okay, did everybody else also are off by $1?
I am.
Okay. 605.55. Okay, 50. 50. So 60, 55, 15. Okay. 54.38. 52.62. Okay. 42.76. 15.43. Okay, that means we got to go through the whole thing to find where that dollar is, and that's at least we know. At least we know this, right? Which one? The truck loan. The truck loan should still be 20, 29, 22, 90. We never touched that one. Okay. We got 11, 1202. Okay. $30,000, $3,000. Let me see if it's my accounts payable. Well, I mean, if you guys did the same, if you guys followed along with me, then you guys should have been off by $1 too. 36.96. So let me see. 36.96.21. We might be off either. Let's see.
Isn't it because back on June 23, we accidentally skipped something?
In this case, we did backtrack and fix it, and that discrepancy should be definitely more than $1. Okay. So that means we just have to go through our journal and have to go through all of this just to find that dollar. And that's like the funny thing too. So if if this was supposed to be something that we were supposed to do at the very end of the month, this will be very frustrating because that means you have to go through all the transactions just to find that $1. Now, can we move on from here? No. All right? Because the rule of thumb here is if you continue, you need to remember where that missing dollar is, and then you have to find it anyway. And especially when you're trying to keep track of your income and your expenses, that's where it's going to, you know, get you is that dollar that you're off. Now, in this case, let's see which side am I off on? Am I off on my debit or my credit? So let's see. We're off on the debit side. So, okay, I was looking at the credit the whole time. So we're probably off either by, I want to say my guess here is probably either the banking is what we're off on. Because a lot of these things here, right, we didn't do anything to a lot of these accounts, right? We can at least assure ourselves that it's not a fixed asset, it's not majority of the expenses, right? Because majority of the expenses, unless it's probably a purchase expense, okay? That would probably be my best guess here, right? Or it's probably the checking account. Let's see. Checking account is currently at 68.1854 because there's no way that there'd be a distribution between two accounts. So, we would have to go through every single account in our journal. So once you've gone through the ledger and you've transferred everything to the ledger correctly, that means you probably made a mistake in your journal or transferring it over into your ledger. So that means we have to go through back all of these transactions just to find that dollar. So luckily, at least we did trial balances in between, right? Because like I've mentioned before, if that was the case, then you would have to go back through everything. And that's why it's good to break up the trial balances between weeks, because then you can be like, well, at least I know from between the time between the June 20 up to till the 21st, those are all good because my debits and credits match. So I made a mistake between the 22nd all the way to the 28th. So you do have to go through your journal one at a time to find out where that mistake is. Okay, yes.
So even if you're like off like 5 cents or like a penny, you still have to go back and double check?
If you couldn't find it in your ledger from transferring it from your ledger, you would definitely have to go back through all of your journals and making sure that you did transfer it correctly. So it must have been a typo because, again, $1. So that's what's even more maddening is when you're off by that 1 penny. Now, again, a penny is very seamlessly because it's such a small amount. But even $1, yes, you would have to go through everything. So in this case, I'm off by $1. I need to find where that dollar is because I cannot go on without it because then everything else is going to become unbalanced. And you don't want that because then you're defeating the purpose of why you're testing the accounting equation, the debits equaling the credits. You're basically going to go against everything that this class is teaching you, which is to make sure your numbers match. Okay? And again, can you move on forth from here? No. You should go back and find that dollar. Okay? Now, of course, we have quite some time here. It shouldn't take you that long if you just go through everything. So in this case, at least we know this, okay? We know that we either are off by $1 on the debit, right? Because that's what it says, that we're imbalanced by the debit. Okay, hold on, let me find my trial balance. It's either we're off by $1 in the debit or we could have accidentally added $1 into our credit. So in this case, at least we have, some kind of sense that one of our areas is wrong. Now, of course, we just went through a lot of these accounts, so at least then we can kind of narrow it down as well, that at least we know it's not our It's not going to be anything that's going to be in between the, our fixed assets or any of those, because those transferred over. We never touched them. But however, you do have to go through your journal just to make sure that you did end up entering in something wrong. So this could be like we could have journalized it correctly, but we could have transferred it wrong in our journal. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go through it. So I'm going to highlight so I know where I left off. So sugar is what we started on the 21st. Okay, so we did 21st was sugar and creamer, or 22nd sugar and creamer, right? We did enter it in for $21.60 here. So highlight that, and then the creamer, right? We entered it in. Let's see, was it $244? Yes, $244.95. So, okay. And we put it in our Visa payable liabilities. For the 22nd. 22nd purchased 22nd right here. Purchased sugar and creamer for a total of $266.55, which is correct. Okay. So yes, this is going to be the tedious part, but we just can go through it all together. So regular coffee and supreme coffee. So let's see here. 22nd. Now in this case, I don't have a hunch that it's going to be in the inventory, because we have the inventory worksheet to kind of match it as well. So there shouldn't be, the the dollar that's missing shouldn't be in here. That's already giving me a sense right there. So right here we purchased, and we also popped it in the freight here, okay, for $171.25 and $31.25. Okay. We have our supreme coffee as well. Okay. For $198. Yes, and $31.25. Okay. And then we have our checking for the $62.50. So in this case, okay, $62.50. So that is true. All right. Then we had an accounts receivable. Okay. And then we had sales. So accounts receivable. For a total of 556. Yep, that's in there correct. And then sales, and delivery income. Sales for, let's see, 22nd for 246. Yep. And this one was for 279. Yep. And then we had delivery income. Delivery income, I don't have any hunch there, because that should be correct. 240 should be correct. It might be even in the sales tax. Okay, then the cost of goods sold. So again, inventory shouldn't have any effect, because we have another means to check whether we did it right or not. So here we go. For 121, and then 127 for this supreme. Yep, 127. Okay. Next is going to be the accounts payable and the checking. Oops. Oh, wait, hold on. I paid for this one, right? Accounts payable and checking. I paid $24.28 on the 22nd. Huh. Why do I have this 340? Oh, that was for the regular coffee, huh? I think I forgot to add that in there. For the regular coffee. For 370, right? Let's see, for the regular coffee. Accounts payable for 370. Yeah, so that's correct. Right? And then checking for the 2428. 2428. Okay. See what's next. Then we have the medium cups and the coffee cups for the Visa payable. Okay, for 108.25 and 162. Okay. And then we got the 270.63. Okay, so at least we know that's true. Okay. Then we got checking, sales discount, and all the sales. Oh man. So checking for 1878. Just gonna have to go through every single one. 1878. And go through the sales. Okay, let's see. You got 469, 535. Yep, 469. 535. $567. Yep, 567. $526. Yep, 526. Then ceramic coffee mugs. Was for $69.90. Then the sales tax is for $143. Is that right? $143. Cost of goods sold, cost of goods sold. $61 and $63. Checking in accounts receivable. Oh, I gotta do inventory. Okay. Checking in accounts receivable for $99.54. Purchase expense, freight expense, accounts payable. For $298. Yep, it's $298. So that means purchase expense needs to be $198. Okay, accounts payable and purchase returns for $12.40. Okay. Then I got accounts receivable for $265. Okay. $65.59. $109.30. Then we gotta go through the cost of goods sold for 32 and 37. Wait, is it 27 or 37? 27, my bad. 27.60. Okay. Inventory. Then we bought some more coffee. Okay. For 201 and then 31. Regular coffee. 173 and 31. Okay. 62.50 for the freight. $375 for accounts payable. Okay. Then we have another accounts receivable. for 194.10. That's right. $49.39.74. Okay. Then we gotta do the cost of goods sold for 24 and 18. Wait, hold on. 24 and 18. Huh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I guess I accidentally. So, okay, then we got accounts payable checking. Okay. For the 6605. 660508. Then we got the checking sales here. Checking. Twenty-fourth of June, we made a payment for the 6605. Oh. In-store sales for 1970. 1971. There you go. Boom. And I typed in 1970 when it's supposed to be 1971 and 17 cents. 1971 and 17 cents. So there you go. I found the $1 missing. It's in the checking account. Okay. So unfortunately, yes, you're going to have to go through just in case you make a typo. And I found my dollar. It was hidden in my checking account. So in this case, it's supposed to be 68.19.7. No, 59. And there you go. Now we pan through even on both sides here, right? 0, 5 cents. Did I type it in wrong? 18.19. $58.19.59. Oh, maybe I typed in the. Let's see. It's 1971.12. What did I type in? Oh, yeah, 17. My bad. 1971.12. There you go. So then now I should have a total of 1819.54. 68.19 and 54 cents. So there you go. Now I'm actually even now. Okay. 0 cents. So you should have $92,106.09 on the left with a 92,106.09 on the right. All right. All right. Any questions?
No.
All right. So it's 3:06 right now. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a break. Okay.